I bought one of the Harbor Freight pipe tubing notchers. They go for about 45-50 bucks, and I figured I'd try it out. I like to build ultralights, and figured I'd try it out, and it seems to be pretty good for it. Here's what it looks like. I'll try to step back some, give you an idea. Now I've got it hooked to my vise on the bench, but it does have a bracket where you can just hook it straight up to your workbench if you want. But you can see I've got my regular drill attached to the spindle on top here, and you've got a little pin here where you can pull it out so it can go up and down for you. And you put your pipe through here, and you adjust it. And you can also adjust the degrees: 90 degrees, 0 degrees, 60 degrees, whatever your cut wants to be. And you can see I also attached a hole saw on there to cut into the pipe. Now I'm cutting galvanized steel pipe, so we'll give it a try and let you see what you think. I think it comes out pretty good for the money. I think it works pretty well. But we'll try this out. We'll hook a pipe in here, put it in there, and then once you get it lined up with your hole saw, then you can tighten this down so that hole saw can cut a nice slice through there. And we're all set there. I'll give you a look at it here before we start cutting, just to give you a better idea. But there it is. The pipe is in there now, and you've got your hole saw, and of course your drill will pull up and down through there, and give you kind of a close-up of that there. That puts the pipe through, tighten it. Well, let's try cutting it and see what happens. I sprayed a little bit with some WD-40 to help lubricate it. You can use some cutting oil if you want, but here we go. We'll try it out. And there you go. We cut right through it. It actually does a pretty good job. You can see the angle on there. I'll go ahead and take it out now, and we'll match it up to another piece of pipe and see what happens. If it did a good job, I know it did a good job, so we'll just take a look. You can see the angle right there that it cut, and if you want it a little bit better, you could probably file it. It's just like any other hole saw, but we'll match it up over here on a piece of pipe and see what it does. And it actually does a very good job. And you could tack weld that. And I'm actually thinking about making some saddles with some bolts going through this. So we'll see what happens. But I think for the money, it does a pretty good job. I don't know how it would hold up if you were doing lots of these, but for someone like me that just does a few now and then, it was well worth the money.